What's up, guys? Hey, I just want to say thank you for all your comments on the previous Will It Run video on this Zongshen GS250 street bike that I picked up for just 125 bucks. Seeing that it has no title, I was originally planning on taking the engine out for another project, but a lot of you seem to think that being as complete as it is, I should keep it whole. Problem is, it's not titled and not streetable. So I do agree that it is somewhat complete, and maybe it is best to keep it complete. So we've decided to make a new build out of this project, and with the announcement of Cars and Cameras Fall 2022 Mini Bike Mayhem, we have just 6 weeks from today to get this project done, as well as another one we've been working on. So follow along in this video and see what we have planned for this bike, and we do hope to hear from you and some additional comments on what you think of this build. So thanks a lot, and here we go.
Okay guys, back to it here. So unfortunately I lost some video footage tearing this bike down, but in the last video you saw this is a Chinese street bike that we got running, and I thought about just taking the motor out, stripping it down, selling parts, and using the motor in another project. But then this past week we saw that Cars and Cameras of North Carolina has announced that they are hosting the Fall 2022 Mini Bike Mayhem down in North Carolina. So a few years ago we were supposed to go to Mini Bike Mayhem. We started building King Mini over here, and then COVID came, and you all know that story and what happened, and Mini Bike Mayhem was canceled. So for 2 years in a row they did not have the event, and last year when they did have it we weren't ready. So now that they've announced Fall 22 Mini Bike Mayhem, we are going, and we are going to be bringing King Mini. And as some of you might know, this started out as a 1980 ATC 185. It was in pretty rough shape, so I've converted it, or in the process of converting it, to a Fat Cat style two-wheel mini bike dubbed King Mini. Now, some ATC lovers may be a bit upset that we have gone ahead and taken an ATC out of commission and converted this to a two-wheeler, but that made us start thinking. So rather than take the engine out of this Chinese street bike and put it into some other project, why not give back to the ATC community and take a two-wheeler and convert it to a three-wheeler? So that's the plan here. So we've gone ahead and stripped the bike down, got the rear swing arm out, seats are off, gas tanks off, plastics are off, cowls off, so on and so forth. And those parts are over here. So you can see we've got the cowl, we've got the seats, we've got the rear brake disc, we've got the chain. Down here on the floor, we've got the swing arm. And the plan is to take the swing arm and slightly extend it by adding some flanges on the back here that'll support some flange bearings. And we'll run an axle across the flange bearings. We'll mount the chain sprocket and the brake rotor inside the swing arm and have the pillow block bearings outboard of the swing arm to utilize the stock swing arm. Then over here in the front, more than likely, since we don't have a lot of time, we've got about 6 weeks for this event, we'll probably just pull this front wheel off, put a off-road tire on the front to match, and that should be that. So we can put it back together, of course, clean it up, and get this thing going. So anyway, that's the plan. 6 weeks until Mini Bike Mayhem 2022. That gives us 3 weeks for this project and 3 weeks for this project. All projects gotta have a name, right? So we've already got this one, King Mini, being an oversized mini bike converted from an ATC. And since this is now a two-wheeler being converted back to a three-wheeler, we figured since we have 3 weeks to build it, we're gonna dub it Project 3 Weeks. So follow along as we build this sucker, complete that sucker, and head out to meet the guys down at Mini Bike Mayhem, Busco Beach, October 21 to 23, 2022. So John, Ike, and Charles, we will see you there.